You are watching Liberty Online TV. You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange. This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Education Talk with the country live at Liberty Television, our Facebook, YouTube, and website. May the bring country this edition. My name is Al-Hassan Koma. As usual, we can discuss issues relating to education across the country. And of course, today we look at the impact of communication in development. Well, for Kaipu talk about this, I deal with Mr. Fasaliu Suleiman Kamara, when I part-time lecturer at the University of Sierra Leone, Department of Communication and Public Relations. They twin at the studio for can tell you more about this particular topic we discuss. We get for do with the impact or the role of communication in development across the country. You say will be part of the program too. You will send a text message to the number +23274 200 545, or you drop a comments that the platform outside the watch we form either on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. The program now, the Liberty Education Talk. And me, the brand come to you one more time. My name is Al-Hassan Koma. Between at the studio, my pleasure forget you, Mr. Fasaliu Kamara. Good evening, welcome to the program.
Good evening, and thank you for where you invite me now.
All right.
We can discuss this all important topic.
Okay. Well, of course, in a lecturer at the University of Sierra Leone Fabric College, at the Department of Communication and Public Relations. Continue for what we look at the role of communication in development. Well, quickly we'll look at because we know say communication are one key aspect, in different walks of life. Whether you do as a student, you do as a business person, however you have to communicate so far. So as we talk on the impact of or the role of communication in development, fam will watch now as you know somebody is seasoned lecturer and somebody's where we don't work now the NGO field, more especially in the communication sector. Somebody go want to know how important it is for communication with regards to development. I will go for align the two, communication and development.
Yes, without communication, we not go able for achieve the development outcome that we they look for, okay, or where we want, or where we go down set, okay, at the beginning of waiting we say we they achieve. Because communication are the driver, and the road where we the worker for achieve development. So a well-planned education, a well-planned communication will for help we for achieve what they call development. So then two things there, they able for separate them.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're not able to separate them at all. It's very, very critical for make we include communication into whatever development we the plan. Let me say, now you get a very good vehicle, you get a very good drivers, you get the passengers, then you say they go places like Kwenadu. Oh. But then you see say the roadway they follow, a very rough, a very rugged. You go, but there will be a lot of delays. When I not go reach in time, what when have been done set out not go be achieved. Now then how communication how communication important to development.
Okay. All right, fam, we'll continue for stage 3. The program, now the Liberty Education Talk, will come to you live, now Liberty Television, our Facebook, YouTube, and website. Just like within with studio guests, don't talk with inside opening statement on the importance of communication in development as a country or in different walks of life. Say the two, they work together. Without communication, there will be no development. So continue for send your message with number +23274 200 as we continue with the conversation. Then we look at the different approach that we can use inside communication. Mr. Fasali.
Okay. Thank you very much. So before we come to that, I want to set the context of development communication, or how develop communication they support development. Then two things there. Development is synonymous to what they call modernization, and modernization now where we get access to good roads, access to electricity, we get good health facilities, we get you become a lawyer, access to water. This now then call development. Is somehow Western centric. So now they use communication for achieve this, but the discipline itself started during the 1950s, late 50s to 60s. We begin for Siam, where the Western, the global North, see say the global South look poor, small, they not get access to all of this. So what we can do, we can go and support them so that themselves will come out of this poverty. For let themselves look like how we did at the global North. Yeah. So yes, you get people like Daniel, Daniel Lennon, in Egypt to do a lot of work around development, communication, and what they see now that he said you want let the Middle East look like how the West did. But then Middle East you can generalize and to the global South, where then get of course industries there, then get good roads, then get good water supply. But now waiting move them. Then one for take opportunity of the what they call the technology boom, ICT, communication and technology boom will been they happen to them. And so what then do with information and communication infrastructures them. You see say sociologists them, psychologists them, politicians them been they use them infrastructures there for let them achieve what they want. For instance, for appeal to people their mind, for persuade people them, so that then go do what then tell them for do. And then they use it in politics, for example, political rallies, go talk to them, use radios, use television for reach out to people. So then see say if we come now the global South and can use then infrastructure there, we go able for help them for develop. So then see development, people like McWhale, they were na theorists, them communication theorists, and then see say communication, then see as a kind of bullet where you fire them, it is pierced through into the person, and the person will get any option but not for accept waiting you then tell you. So now that kind of way they then come na the global South and can use communication. So them model there then call them development support communications. So in that you see say then they use television for communicate development, radio, the prints like it can be newspapers, but also then can get what they call information, education, and communication materials. Then. So the earliest institutions then for actually grab this opportunity now the UN agencies. UNDP, for instance, now some of the earliest institutions then FAO, again user in agriculture, UNESCO in communication, yes, infrastructures then.
So from that area that we don't build up, your explanation based on the history of communication coming down to development across the country. What do you look at? If you say there's been a lot of improvement with regards to communication enhancing development across the country.
Yes.
Because we just want to focus that to Sierra Leone.
Yes. So yes, like you said, the discipline they go well. The industry they go don't go under a trajectory of changes. This now developing industry, but I go say yes, they don't play a critical role. So then now they have been they can first now development support communication we are basically we call them IEC, information education and communication, for make people understand, go to sometimes old meetings and other things there. But then we see say for let development come, especially this part of the world, people then get for actively participate in development. So once they participate into and then go able for own that development day, then go able for plan, una the plan with them together, then own them, then contribute their ideas, una go back and develop that ideas, they put their ideas into the project where una they can with. So if una go now as una they go, una go able for achieve the outcome. Because remember say when they spend them money there for development, waiting critical now the behavior. Behavior is very, very important because for development, communication, the role of development to communication, now the behaviors we the target, waiting at the belief system of the people them. Yeah, waiting at the practice them where don't they na, who's thing at the social structures them where they get. And then waiting we go do for improve them social structures there. Waiting at the policies then we they. So these are engagements where we they do a lot. And over the years, I can say some are slow, some they kick. Industries there where they try very well into that in the health industry. Yeah, yes, from me experience so far. But other one then where they use them for just development support, communication, then look bit slow small. So now that diversity they look at.
All right, continue for C3. In name na Fasaliu Suleiman Kamar, a part-time lecturer at the University of Sierra Leone, Department of Communication and Public Relations. Between at the studio as we did discuss on issues on the topic we get to do with the role of communication in development. We I think now a huge topic so far, and I think this is more important for students in where they read communication development as a module or an aspect of a faculty so far. But we don't get a lot of people that we don't graduate. Some don't do masters in development communication as a student. So within, as somebody will get experience in that field, what you'd expect after a student don't graduate from the university on this particular aspect we read development communication. What if you say for able for help Sierra Leone based on development, because every people so far they yearn for see the impact of some of them students already graduates come down for able for art to development, because we still a developing country in Africa. So what are we expecting from them?
So you get a number of technical areas then, but also discipline the way we students them can infiltrate. Health sector, for example, now one, agriculture sector na another, the gender na another, research sectors then na another. So remember I tell you say the health sector generally don't try, well then don't be the leaders then for implement what we call the participatory model of communication. If you can remember back diseases like COVID, it start na China. Within 1 month, you see say the entire globe don't get them. It don't turn a global pandemic. But I can tell you say the role of communication people then. So for we call them social behavioral change. And where you go to the health sector, the emergency, you call them risk communication and community engagement. You see say as science alone, you will get all the infrastructures then, all the master sabi people for tackle this disease. But then it get for do with we the mortal man then. Waiting at the barrier where go make for instance somebody say not put face masks. Yeah. Waiting at the barrier where go make somebody not able for practice hand washing. Waiting at the barrier where go make come up from outside, they able for well keep you safe in a side for let we get rid of this disease. We not being focused on that one day. And that also we see and I during the Ebola, right? The early days of Ebola. This thing called development communication, the component of will not be prioritizer. So because people get for understand, we get for deal with the perceptions of the people. Then they outside science, but then support to science. And without the people, any kind way you try, you work now they show out. So as a result, when we come back and say no, in fact we need for coordinate together, we need for collaborate, we need for understand what they call social behavioral change patterns, the attitude, the belief, why people and they behave, how then they behave. Would that they influence them so then go stop some of the practices, the behaviors. Then we see say in fact after Ebola, the lessons learned now that this aspect of development communication now the most successful component for break the chain of Ebola transmission. We also the fed right now what they call mpox.
Okay.
Yeah, so all of this, but again you go to agricultural sector. The earliest days then of this discipline development communication, now agriculture been begin for benefits. You go see experts of development communication into the field of agriculture. You see, initially it started as with the extension officers then. Yeah, so it go help, for instance, in we P5 as a country, development communication, if we use them as a driver for we big 5 priority under this government, you go see say it go be a driver to development. You see say time and time again, then they implement development programs then. Institutions then where they use development for just development support. Like I say, then bit slow because for them the output then they watch.
Yeah, well, from the trajectory you don't move from that normal communication, like you mentioned inside opening statement, we just get to do with public relation, media studies, and all that. From there, we able to move to development communication. We, like you don't mention, see there's a lot of improvement and impact we're able to get down to the community based on how we go for ration between communication and that of development. So moving forward, we just want to know some of the role of communication in sustainable development. How best we don't able to reach to that far?
We still the worker na the road, but we not reach it. From the observations within the maybe 9 years where then at the industry, but also in education, you see say you get some donor organizations then we don't make and say as a priority. Say in fact this thing called development communication, but maybe when you go to health, then they call it social behavioral change communication. Yeah, then get for prioritizer now into them projects them. So this na the kind thing where we the advocate for see na salon, because until people they understand first this development where we want for do. In fact, now we benefits not to government in benefits. Yeah, people need for understand that one day. Again, what are the barriers? Even you where they pull your money, like government, you they work. You see, say for instance, you go build water na Eastern for the people. The water they function very well, and then una hand over to them. But after 5-6 years, that water they stop working. Yeah, where thousands of people they benefit from. And then they begin for suffer back the worker 1 mile, 2 mile for go get water. Some people they come out as early as 3 o'clock. Some people know they go not able for go school. Or when you go school, attention they divert. Because you don't tire, you don't exhaust for just 1 or 2 buckets water. This is now how important development communication is. So waiting go sustain with development then. Now for prioritize development communication as a component of we development initiative then. Then they very, very critical. We not foresee communication, like I say, as how it is for some institutions where say, oh, nah, support. No, it will be what they call a driver. Like I begin, you want for go Kwenadugu, for instance, yeah, or Falaba, but you see say the road bad, yeah, and then at the pathway for waka, then in them call communication. People get for understand waiting at the barriers then, waiting at the facilitators them. They need for understand all of this when I get for plan with them. So whilst they look at the bigger picture, we for always fit communication objective into we planning. Until we do that, then we'll be able to sustain development. Yeah. Otherwise, one, we go lost a lot more. And then research don't so say when we focus on, when we take development communication as part of the overall objective of development, you can able to save millions and millions and millions. Okay. Remember, for instance, I reference water where you go build na the eastern part of Britain, for instance. But then within 1, 2 months, 3 months, it don't boil back. So you get for come back for do a whole new one or for rehabilitate, it go even cost equal. But why would I not go prioritize development component into the development so that the people in way they can do then development them for let them lead the process. The process now we say the people in way want for help, now them for lead. Yeah? And we where they can support, we for they at the back, we they give them support. So let's start like from bottom top approach rather than top bottom approach. This nine are development challenges and we get for recognize them and address them. Then we go begin for see this accelerated development, but also be sustained because the knowledge now they at the community level. The drivers then they at the community level. For example, we get the chief, Edede, you get the Mami Queen, you get the youth leaders then. You get other also champions then we wanna go down train within the for own up this development. Then are through communication. We wanna they mobilize, we wanna they engage the communities, we wanna they set up community structures and strengthen them, and we wanna allow them for let them able for function, not to for can implement project and go, but rather let them lead that process there. And this could be only done through waiting communication. And that's not really development communication. So even when we go, the development is sustained. You go able for work and yes, it benefits the people. Some side and the way don't work very well. When I do one, then go make an two. Yeah? Yes, because if they work well, and say this now will benefit if we maintain it. Not for we, for government. You see the cliche way Kindena Salon. Normally we say government property, the tea, right? Sometimes that's a cliche because of the caring. But do we know that this now for we, not to government? We know that.
Yeah.
Now so with the whole we own a property where they go by, not to the same use we they use them. But then there is a gap. Until we fill in then gap there, then barriers there. So we discipline evidence-based and theory informed.
Okay. All right. I think it's a whole lecture we actually don't get with regards to waiting with the discourse we get to do with the role of communication in development. We get a very good expert in lecturer, the University of Sierra Leone, Fabi College, a part-time lecturer in the Department of Communication in Public Relation, and then Fasali Suleiman Kamara, they between at the studio for tell you some of the significance, the importance, some of the things that we expect to see inside this issue or inside this topic where they discuss we get for do with communication and that of development. I know say we get plenty students and we they read that particular area they whether on first degree or masters because we only see plenty students that they read that on masters level with a development communication. You go send your message to the number +23274 200 or you do put your question now the platform outside the watch we either on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. The program now Liberty Education Talk as usual every Wednesday. With the bring master sabi people from different sectors across the country for discuss on issues that we get for do with education and the aspects of which we can able for contribute to development across the country, more especially on areas of the education sector in the country. They made the program which you name Al Hassan Kuma. We will continue with the conversation as we look at the role we want for bringing out the media because you have the knowledge and experience as well in the media. Just one for bringing the media, the role of the media in development communication because I think the media is where it gets a role for play because the media are responsible for disseminating the information and the relevant information and the way for do its development across the nation.
Yes, so in development communication, we get what they call media development and media intervention. Until you develop the media, then go able for support interventions. If you remember, this now the crux of even the discipline itself, development communication. Before now, most of what we know they come up from Ayarina, for instance, BBC, you understand? We information that even within the country, now international media we they get them. Yeah. So but we need for do wetin dem call the role now for develop the media. After the war, we see say a lot of development happen where them build a lot of community radio stations. This na development communication component for set up wetin dem call infrastructure. So we need for build institutions around development.
Okay.
And the media now one component of it. You strengthen the media, for instance, if we get 5 million, 10 million, $20 million, for instance, project where government go and implement. It's important that, like I say, it prioritize what they call development communication component. And as part of and get for be waiting and for develop the media. And for sustaining liberty, for instance, una get for pay, una staff, the running costs and all of that. So una go give wetin dem call, then go give wetin dem call advertorial, or sometimes una sign wetin dem call memorandum of understanding. These are things we they do. And then also we they do wetin dem call, sometimes you see BBC Media Action, sometimes they develop the support for the equipments then. This na development communication. So media outlets then we see say a weak, but then the relevance of information and communication important na that side. The people need to get access. So these are media development. You also get for train waiting media personnel. For example, you get what they call beat reporting, not so where Alassane, for instance, they always handle this education talk. So anything where you get for support Alassane for build in capacity around the education, that na development. So that you go able for be a master class, an expert into that field. You go only achieve and through waiting capacity building, but other support. Then you also facilitate a movement, if you want for go, or support the organization for facilitate a movement. We then go look at success stories, but also some of successes, but also challenges, because it get for be both support and accountability measure, so that wetin we say na that day we dey do na the field. You say you don't spend, for example, 50, 20, 30,000, or you don't build water well, or you don't support agriculture. Yeah, say whatever a component within the agriculture. To turn the project don't say, okay, we want for support 20 farmer-based organizations for let them do farming XYZ area of Salome, and then how then they fear on from the terrain they don't support, then they go be achieved. So media now wanna get for make the population know about them. But the only way now way you get the opportunities, you get the facility, you get the strength for doing. But also, like I say, specialization. So you build the components, you build the human resource so that we be able to get the correct content where we want, so that also then go able to put out the content where the population wants, then go able to link some of them development there. Because sometimes, like I say, I want for go into agriculture, but then because of my knowledge I don't know how the pathway of worker than a gap. Yeah, so we get for look at all of this capacity, but also you develop the infrastructure of the media, so then go able for support development.
All right, as we try to round up the program, in case you just did join me, you watch the Liberty Education Talk, where they can see live now with Facebook, YouTube, and with websites. We discuss on the role of communication in development. We get an expert, a lecturer from the University of Silent Fabi College and now the Department of Communication and Public Relations, Fasaliu Suleiman Kama. We don't help with for discuss and explain on some of the important things that we relating to development communication as now experts. We don't need the education field and as well as the NGO world. So of course they get a vast experience with regards to development communication. As we round up, Mr. Fasaliu, being a lecturer, you know, and the experience we don't get in development communication. So, what are some of the encouraging words we can get out to students them while sitting in a lecture room on this particular area we starting driving to development communication?
I go say they get a lot of opportunity. First, now the job market.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I say, for me, I don't work na the wash sector, I don't work na the health sector, I don't work na the different. You get opportunity, you can able to fit into any discipline.
Okay.
Because of the concepts then we they use. Yeah, because of the approach where we they use. You go na the health sector, you go time like say, oh, something na health professional I they talk to. So you go na the gender, you go time like say na the gender expert I they talk to. So you go na the agriculture. You go able to explain and talk about them because it's defined. You know the process where you they use. But also with discipline is marked with waiting. So like I say initially, evidence. We know they just go into them. We they study some of the challenge, the barriers there, where they hinder development. So it can also be a researcher, yeah, based on that. And because we they teach we they teach then concept then theories then now we department it will make you master and then fit into any type of job where you want for go. Okay. Either climate change and all other things. So yes, you get for do research before you go into action, and then you use what they call theory, what other people have been done use for succeed, and then you use that for adapt for carry development. So when you dey into the field of development communication, it can work in any sector.
Right. We definitely will decide for bring you some other time. We will find a time for bring you so you go give public lecture on certain models we students then they offer na that particular department na Liberty Television. Plenty thanking to you. Don't watch the program and you don't say your messages. Then go ensure that we look at the messages and take quick response with regards to the messages they want to send in. Well, of course, that's so this edition of the program, the Liberty Education Talk will left you on behalf of my production team. I want to say plenty thank you to you. We don't watch, and plenty thank you to my studio guest, Mr. Fasalu. It's a pleasure having you. I want to tell you plenty thank you for joining me at the show.
Thank you.
All right. Well, so this edition of the program will left you to meet again next Wednesday for another edition of the program, the Liberty Education Talk. Me boy, I come to you. My name is Al Hassan Kumar.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.
For the news with the around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, voices come. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Man, them girl begin the security power. If you call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, voices down. Hi, yeah. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl begin, let's get the power. You can call on me, count on me anyhow. You speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.